All right, so according to www.psychologytoday.com/us/blog/ go all the way down. Trust is a central part of all human relationships, including romantic partnerships, family life, business operations, politics, and medical practices. If you don't trust your doctor or psychotherapist, for example, it is much harder to benefit from their professional advice. But what is trust? They say, here are some possibilities.
You're doing good. Read across Jamaica.
Do you want to venture into what trust is?
No, I'd much prefer.
Well, the number one says trust is a set of behaviors such as acting in ways that depend on another. Do you agree?
Acting in ways.
Trust is a set of behaviors such as acting in ways that depend on another. Not certain I understand that still, but you're bright.
Meaning I trust you to do something. I put faith in you that you will do something.
So you agree that that is trust?
I agree that it's one way that trust is exhibited or manifested.
Trust is a belief in a probability that a person will behave in certain ways. I agree with that.
Yes, I agree with that.
I remember putting on a young player at St. George's College, about 15 or 16 years old. And I asked him to do a particular job. And I said, you know why I put you on the field? And he said, no, coach. I said, because I trust you. I'm kind of, okay, coach, I like that. And he did what I asked him to do, which is why I put him on. Now we have some other baller. I said, go out and mark Clive. 5 minutes later, you have to take him back off because he never know where Clive there. But I don't take him back off. I don't do that. But do you understand the point? Mm-hmm. So I agree with that. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Trust is an abstract mental attitude toward a proposition that someone is dependable. Well, first you have to explain that to me.
Why is it abstract?
That's why I say explain.
I don't know if it's abstract.
So
but it's a mental, it's a belief, it's a feeling, it's an attitude, it's a knowing that that person is going to be dependent, just like you sent the ball on the field. Mm. You sent him out there because you knew that you could depend on him to execute, right?
What happens when you trust somebody to do something and they don't do it? You don't ever trust them again in life, or you just forgive them and you trust them again tomorrow?
Well, I think we can get there, but let's go through the other definitions first.
Trust is a feeling of confidence and security that a partner cares.
Agreed.
Totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Trust is a complex neural process that binds diverse representations into a semantic pointer that includes emotions. That means you're supposed to be a professor to understand all of that. Trust is a complex neural process that binds diverse representations into a semantic pointer that includes emotions. I don't understand that.
You and I come together, maybe different or manifested in different ways, but I think it's that thing in our brains, in our minds that, pulls us together towards one. I guess this is like a thesis.
Yep, yeah, doctorate for can work.
Semantic pointer that includes him. So we agree on what I guess trust would look like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And emotions are usually involved in that process. You asked a question earlier.
Yeah.
The question is, what happens if somebody
breaks your trust? Do you forgive them and move on, or you just don't ever trust them again in life?
I think it depends on the context of the situation.
On why?
Well, first it depends on who, right? Is it somebody who really matters?
Yes.
If it's somebody who doesn't,
yeah, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
I wouldn't trust them in the first place if they're not somebody that I really
not necessarily. I mean, you can actually not like somebody
and trust them
and know that they're dependable. You can work with somebody who you don't really like, and you think they're still they're dependable.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm glad she's looking at you because she would look at me and say,
I would never look at you and talk about anything like that.
Never do that.
Right?
So is it two of them to look at? So you can work with somebody who you don't like.
The two of who?
Them two there.
And the camera me that look into, sir.
Than deep rural.
So that's work.
Yeah.
Parenting, trust is key, right?
Both sides.
Yeah,
When I say both sides, I mean you must be able to trust your child, and your child must be able to trust
correct.
you.
But I think it's even more important
That
for
the
your
child to trust you.
right, know that they can trust you. Because that's a part of building trust and being there for somebody.
They must know that you
Also
have their back. I remember Camila when she was getting her ears pierced. And we went to the doctor. Well, you know, me afraid of everything. So me said, me not going in. But I hear this woolly pack crying. So I pushed the door and Camila see me. I mean, she was like months or probably about a little over a year or something. When she see me, she just went like that, you know. So me just said, leave my daughter. So, well, her mother
Did you pierce it?
Her mother was very embarrassed because the nurse kept saying, oh no, she won't feel a thing. We have this little gun. And I said, leave her alone. I just couldn't come out and leave her because when she saw me, it's like she said,
my savior is here, yeah.
So I said, come. What burned me is a couple months later, I'm walking, and she's like, Daddy. Chef. After she made me embarrass myself.
Yeah.
But I remember when I walked in, the look that she gave me was, no man, see me savior come now. You can't, you know.
That feeling of having the trust of your child.
Yeah.
There is nothing like it. And I think if you're serious about parenting, there is nothing you will not do to ensure. I don't mean nothing you will not do, but it's going to be like top of mind for you in terms of actions to make sure that you not only gain, but you keep it.
What could happen, as you said, keep it, what could happen for you to break that trust? Give me a
you
scenario.
Break a promise. You break a promise.
And it could be a simple promise as we're going to go to a fast food place.
Let me tell you something. That's one thing I do not do with my child because she keeps record, right? Mental record. But mommy, you said.
Yeah.
Or she will, I will tell her we're going to do something, and closer to the time she starts to obsess about it, and I will say to her, did mommy tell you we were going to do X? And she says yes. I said to her, have I ever broken a promise to you? And she was saying
But
no.
what happens if you do that and then something come up and you just can't do it again?
So then you have to tell her or him. You say, well, we were supposed to do X, but X has come up, so we can't do it, but we will put it off until. Do not, they say trust is not, do not just not show up. Do not communicate with your child. Do not break your promises to your child and not explain why. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be we're going to read a book later for Read Across Jamaica Day, and you decide you can't bother, you just don't do it. Don't do it. It's rough when you build up a child's expectations and then you don't show up. In a relationship, I think if trust is broken, there is nothing you can do to revive it. To my mind. Maybe I'm just jaded, but I think trust is that thing. It's like that glue around which love and honoring and respect and all the other things are built. And if you break that, you break it one time, sometimes you get a blind. Somebody say, I'll try again. 2 times, 3 strikes. Yeah.
So, and I'm being serious here. Say we are together and you want me password and I tell you I'm not giving you. That would give you reason to not trust me? I'm serious.
First of all, I don't believe in phone police.
You don't believe in phone?
Yeah, phone police.
Yeah.
So if I have a need to want your password, I think that's the first red flag that there's a trust issue.
So if I say I'm not giving you,
I'm not going to ask you for it.
no, but just in a, this scenario, and I say no, I'm not giving you would have stopped trust me in life? It's a red flag, which you would wonder.
I
then
wouldn't
why
ask you for it because if I trust you, I'm not going to ask you for it.
That's me.
I'm not going to ask you for it.
Can you give me your password, please?
My phone not working anymore. From yesterday, I can't even get in, so I'm not sure what's happening with that. I'm going to take it to Digicel today.
So, I don't know anybody who can seriously look at a camera and lie. So, and do it so comfortably. Me not trust her no more.
Means you never trusted me in the first place. 20 years, Lev, you trust me.
I trust you plenty.
You better trust me.
But no. It is, and something that you said, and I've said it here many times, that if I get to the point that I don't think I trust you, then we just can't have that kind of relationship. I mean,
and you know there are partners who openly say, honey, my password is. you know, my parents, I mean, it was a thing. I see people do it even today. But I don't think you should be at a level where you want to say, something not feel right, let me check, give me your password, let me check your phone.
Yeah.
That means there's something wrong.
Yeah, from there.
In other areas that need to fix.
There you go. I think, in my opinion, it is the key to a healthy relationship. The key to a healthy relationship. If you don't trust each other, it not gonna work.
No matter how much you love each other.
Yeah, if you don't trust each other, it not gonna work. Because every time something kind of look like a shaky, you're going to say, wait, I wonder. But if you trust the person and something looks shaky, it don't bother you because you trust the person. So I think it is the key